dun, dun. Hello, hello. Hi. How are you? Do you work on a Saturday? You're good. I was thinking about that. I was like, you work on a Saturday? Because that's what you said. Hello. How come you work on Saturdays? Is that a Scottish thing? Hello, hello. Okay, we just started, so I'm gonna do the dog thing. Baby? Oh my goodness, that princess. That princess. Hello. No, my birthday's not coming up. For some reason, I think like the internet mixed me up with someone else. My birthday is not December 15th. That is incorrect information. It's almost the end of 2024. Yes, it is. Oh, Stella, you want to talk about it? Let's talk. Hi, LG. That's okay. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for messaging me. That's really nice. It's snowing. It snowed here too, but it's so bright and sunny. The sun came out just as I started the stream. What else is on here? Really fitting what, all my like red? I am dressed in red. I don't know. I'm just loving red lately. Matthew. I'm loving red lately. No snow here. Windy. You're putting a fence up? Thank you. Hi, Max and Misty. Oh yeah, I actually have a mod today, so exciting. So exciting. If you guys want to post inappropriate comments, we can test them out. Let's put someone in a timeout. Yes, it snowed, and I went for like my first walk in the snow the other night. Oh, there's just something about that. Like, I prefer walking in snow to like any other form of walking. Any other. I don't know what that is. There's just something about it. Like the crunch, 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 crunch. And it's so quiet. And no one's out because everyone's cold. But you don't realize that walking in the snow is so, like, you know, you're so warm. It's just the most beautiful thing. Hi, Maddie. That's okay. You've been busy. Busy good. You're here. Thanks for being here. Hi, Stella. I'm so sorry to hear that. What's her name? I'll be thinking about her and you. What's her name? You live in New York? I want to live in New York. Yeah. uncle passed away like about a month ago. And it's still kind of surreal for me. Rosa. Okay. Okay. Well, what I want to talk about today might go into that. And it might help you with that a little bit. I hope so. But if there's anything you specifically need from me around that, please let me know. Otherwise, like, we're all here for you. Hi, Waffle the dog. Do I ever pray? I mean, I kind of do. I do my own version. I'm not religious like that. But I do believe in prayer, and I do believe like in a specific kind of prayer. Did you miss something? You missed everything. Waffle is the good duck's name because he waffles. I don't know why this is my face today. Okay. I have a busy day, but I think I can stay on a bit longer than I did last time. I'm sorry. Everyone put their grandmas in the comments. Put their grandmas' names. Let's have Grandma Day. My grandmothers were respectively named Elizabeth, Classic, and Jean. Aren't those like such classic? I don't know. I'm just like, Jean. Like, why do I think that's so sweet? And Betty. Yeah, she went by Betty. Kathy. Joy. My aunt's name is Joy. Elizabeth Garcia? No way. That's gorgeous. Okay. Today I want to talk about, well, first of all, wait. 9 years old, can still walk for miles on it. Wow! My grandmother, Elizabeth, she lived 102. My hair looks healthy. Thank you. Believe it or not, I use Costco brand. I discovered it in a hotel room when I was working. That's what they had. Or like, it wasn't a hotel, it was like a B&B that they put us up in. I was like, what is this shampoo? So I forced my sister to take me to Costco to get it. Because he's a moderator. So he gets a special wrench next to his name. And if anyone else wants to be a moderator and have a special wrench, then you can contact me. Yeah, she's 102. And like, that's what I'm going for. Or I'm gonna like surpass her. And like to my mom, I'm like, okay, that's what's expected of you now. Hi, Saleh. Hi. Moderator. Yeah, Fatal. Then you have all the power. For those power hungry types. If you want to come on here, put people in timeouts, you got a special wrench. 103? No, I'm not settling for that. I'm going for like 130. Yes, 130, but I look 70. That's what I want. The year, 2100. I didn't even think of that. I probably, sorry. I get excited about the future. Are you ever like, I'm going to get to see so much? So much is going to happen. 150? You're right. Don't limit yourself. You're right. 150. 150. 150. I want to be like, that, I don't know. There's like this person that they're like, this person might have been 200 years old because that's what the records. You know who I'm talking about? You know those weird YouTube videos that you find and you're like, the 200-year-old mystery man. You're from Palestine. Hello, greetings from Canada. Live forever. Or forever. Like, what if that's possible? I tried, yeah. I'm very like, yo, anything is possible. And I'm very into the idea of treating aging like a phenomenon, not like that it's symptomatic of other things going on, not that it's like a requisite. Do you know what I mean? Like, my parents will be like, well, your body's like a car and it just runs down. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not like a car. Your body's not like a car, by the way. It's not like a car. Your body regenerates every 7 years. Your body isn't a car. Don't use analogies that like are inaccurate and just make you feel like you're gonna start rusting at any moment in time. Your body's not a car. What? Red rose? Maybe I knew. I'm red for Rosa. You don't have to age if you don't want to. Okay, we're gonna get into this. So last week, I talked about a lot of things. I felt really good after last week because I was like, yes, everyone should be living the best day of their life every single day. And I don't know about you guys. I hope you took that to heart and you've been living that way since last Saturday, because I have. And even when things are like, kind of funky, you're like, no, today's the best day of my life. Today is the best day of my life. And when you think about it, there actually isn't a past and there isn't a future, okay? You just have the present moment. So why are you making this day? Why in your head are you giving any kind of definition to this day that isn't that this is the best day, if not moment, of your life? That this is the best moment, okay? And you might be like, oh, but the best day is like when I'm at my happiest, and I can get into like that if you want, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not about emotions. Maybe this moment right here is the best moment that has ever, 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 ever been. And what's to come next and next and next is going to be better and better and better and amazing and amazing and amazing and exactly the way that you want it to be. And so today I wanted to talk about that when you wake up in the morning and you decide and declare, this is going to be the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. I might not even know it yet, but this is the best day of my life. It has you actually be intentional with it. And you're watching and you're looking and you're interacting with it in a different way. And so first of all, I want you to wake up and say and decide, this is the best day of my life. I'm alive, and this day, it all culminated to this day, and I get to live it. And it can be anything I want it to be. Every moment. If it gets off track, hey, we're getting back on. This is the best day of my life. I'm not forgetting that. And then as you go about your day, you get to decide how you want it to go. You get to have intention, because maybe you haven't realized this, but you actually are always living into an expectation or an assumption or a future, a predictable future. You already are doing that. You already have an assumption of how this is going to go. I have an assumption of how this live is going to go. I have an assumption of how like a shower I take in the morning is going to, what that's going to be like and what that's going to feel like and what the results of that will be. When I eat a meal, I have an expectation. When I have an interaction with a friend, I have an expectation. I'm living into a future constantly, whether I take note of it or not. And the thing is, we get lazy and we like kind of want to like sit in the back seat and just take it in like a passive ride or something. Because we're like, cool, I programmed it. Like I set it up. I set up the controls. I set up the assumptions. I set it up. Like I'm pretty sure I know what life is like. And now I'm just going to like, you know, strap in and survive it, get through it. Just like react to it. As opposed to being out in front of it and being conscious of those assumptions and those expectations and being like, but what is it I want? How do I want this to go? And when you start asking yourself those questions, you're going to realize that like sometimes you really don't know. Like you haven't even given it a thought. You didn't even know that was possible, that you had a choice. You just thought, I don't know, I'll just like get out of bed and I'll. What do you mean, how do I want it to go? I don't know, I'll just get through it. I'm not supposed to decide, I'm just supposed to like be with it. As if like it actually exists outside of you. As if it is like separate from you. It's not, it's all you. You wake up in the morning and from like the moment you open your eyes until you close them at night, you're just experiencing yourself. You're experiencing your interpretation of the world and your concept of self through everything around you. It's all you. You're just interacting with you. And you can decide. And you actually are deciding, but most people aren't using it. They're just like strapping into a ride that they think exists outside of them, that they have no control over, that they have nothing to do with, and that life is just like this thing that exists that they didn't really like, they didn't make, they didn't create, they just like inherited. Okay, here's a life. And maybe they get to make certain choices like who to marry, or oh, I get to decide like which apartment to rent or something. I get to decide what hair color to dye my hair. I don't know. Oh, I get to decide like what to buy in a store. But they think that life and people and events and kind of like truisms about life are just like concrete and like they're structuring everything. That there's something that we're like inserted into that we just have to go through. That's what life is. We're just getting through it. It exists. It's solid and concrete. We're the ones that are just like shoved in a rocket to barrel through it. And that's not how it is. You're experiencing yourself. You're experiencing your assumptions played out and your expectations played out and your self-concept played out. And so all you have to do is change here and decide what you want here. Go within here and then see it played out. It's like you're laying the bricks as you walk them. That's the powerful way to live life, is to be laying the bricks as you go and being conscious of the bricks that you've laid that maybe like don't serve you anymore. And you're like, you know what? From now on, this is how it goes. From now on, this is how my mornings are. From now on, these are the results that I get. I don't have to struggle through it. I don't have to survive things anymore. There's nothing to survive. There's nothing to get through. Why would I choose that? If I'm choosing that, why would I choose something that's an unfavorable circumstance that I have to somehow get through? So ask yourself, any moment of the day, whatever you have on the agenda, what do you want to happen? How do you want this to go? if there's like some interaction that you're supposed to have, how do you want that person to be? How do you want that person to show up? Do you even want that interaction to happen, or do you hope it gets canceled? Then intend that it gets canceled. Say that it gets canceled. You're deciding everything. You're controlling everything. You're in charge. You are in charge. And this goes too for like expectations that you have about yourself. This is something that I'm like getting really, really like strict with myself about, is like, stop hobbling yourself. Stop crippling yourself and making yourself less than capable, like just less than capable of handling the world or handling your life or doing what it is you want to do. What I see is that people put these limitations on themselves. Again, they go like, right, so this is who I am. I'm like, oh, I got all these like sharp, edgy things that get in the way of me living the life that I want to live. But this is the way it is. This is who I am. This is what I'm capable of. This is what I'm not capable of. This is what I need. These are my requirements. This is what I need. Otherwise, I can't do it. Otherwise, I'm not okay. Otherwise, I'm upset. Otherwise, I'm emotional. Otherwise, I'm angry. Otherwise, I'm resentful. Otherwise, I'm broke. Otherwise, these are all like my stipulations. And they take that and then they see a world out there that they have very little control of. And they go, cool, I'm like this small little being. I'm this little grasshopper in a world of giants. The world is just this like, and I have to somehow survive and get as much as of this pie as I can get with my limitations. But you did that. You did that. You can redecide. You can redefine yourself at any moment. You don't have to be like, well, this is the way it is. This is who I am. This is who I am. I'm all for like accepting yourself if it takes pressure off and if it makes yourself feel more free, feel more powerful. Okay, that should be like the measurement, the bar, the meter. Hey, is this making me feel more free, more empowered, more complete, more content, more loving, more joyful? Is this opening doors for me? Does this feel open or closed? Believing this, thinking this, living into this. And so there might be a step where you're like, I'm just going to accept every bad thing about me. Cool. And if you're at that step, I love that step. It's really fun. It's really fun, and you start to see like, oh, wow, I can do and be whatever I want. And there's no consequences unless like I say so. People can be okay with it. But there's also a level where you're like, you know what, maybe I don't have to settle for being less than what I actually want to be. It's great if I can accept myself as a mediocre piano player. That's great. But maybe I don't have to be that. Maybe I actually could be great if I decide that, if I say that, and if I step into that. And so instead of like being a good little diligent student of life, I'm just doing life so well. I'm going to be like humble and good, and I'm going to follow the rules, and I'm going to learn lessons. I'm going to learn life lessons, and I'm going to I'm going to try to be a good neighbor, and I'm going to like work with my limitations that were God given to me or something like that, or that like astrology gave to me. Right, I'm going to take all these things that I inherited, and now I'm going to like it's some assignment, that your life is an assignment, like that you're supposed to deliver homework for or something. Who said you were shy? Who said that? Who said you weren't attractive? Who said that? Who decided that? You didn't inherit that. That's an idea. That's an idea that like you're upholding. You're at the forefront. It's you. Who said like, oh, I get really nervous public speaking? Do you? I get that, like, maybe in the past you have. Okay. What about now? Are you still choosing that? Are you still selecting that? Do you still want that to be you? If you like that being you, that's fine. You can have that. But if it's getting in the way and you're like, actually, I think I'm kind of over this. I think actually I would like to, like, it's getting kind of boring. Maybe actually I'd like to go into this completely confident and have a really good time. Maybe I'm kind of over being scared all the time. Maybe I'm kind of over trying to, like, squeeze myself, like, into the proper shape in order to get through it all. Maybe I'd like it to be easy. Maybe I'd like it to be handed to me. Maybe I'd like to be that person that I see on social media or that, like, I see on the street and I'm so freaking jealous of and that I hate because I'm so jealous of them. Maybe I just, like, want to step into that person for a while. Because why not? Like, why am I so just holding on to all the things I cannot do and all the things I am not and will never be? Why am I defending that? Why am I justifying that? Why am I trying so hard to make that fit and work? When you can just as easily be like, you know what, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm ready to do something else. I'm ready to experience something else. Maybe I want myself to show up, like, just really happy. Maybe I just want to be a happy person now. Okay. Maybe I just want to, like, laugh a lot. And that's going to be my personality now. Maybe I want to dress well. Maybe I want to, like, know how to do these things. Maybe I want to talk to boys or talk to girls. Or maybe I'm, like, a family person now and suddenly I'm good with my family and I'm just going to decide that. Or suddenly my family treats me with respect. Maybe I'm someone who gets respect. Maybe that's what this day is about. Maybe today everyone is nice to me. Everyone is nice to me. Everyone treats me with respect. Everyone prioritizes me. Everyone chooses me. Everyone wants me. Everyone listens to what I have to say. Everyone thinks I'm attractive. Everyone thinks I'm interesting. Everyone thinks I'm smart. Maybe everyone I meet today is interesting and smart and attractive. Maybe everything I eat today is delicious. Maybe every conversation is, like, deep and meaningful. Or maybe no conversations are deep and meaningful. Maybe even though I only got 4 hours of sleep, I have energy to burn. Maybe I'm going to decide that about today. Maybe I'm going to decide that, like, you know what, I'm going to be really, really low-key and chill about it. And maybe I'm going to be super lazy today because that's what I want. And I'm going to decide that I don't care. And no one else cares. And no one thinks I'm lazy. Start, like, looking at the futures that you're living into, moment by moment, day by day. The future that you're living into of how you, like, think it's gonna go down versus how you actually want it to go down. And start living into what you want. It'll be great because it'll clarify that. And a lot of people do not actually know what they want. They don't actually have a vision for their day or their lives or their relationships or their careers. They don't actually have a vision. They just, like, think it's a train ride, and it's not. You're creating it. You get to decide. So it'll be clarifying for you to actually do this. And you will start experiencing it going your way, going how you actually want. You won't be passive anymore. You're actually going to see, like, oh my God, this actually works. Like, it is a feedback loop. It is an echo chamber. What I say, what I think, what I expect, what I assume, what I project out into that and, like, into, like, who I think I am, it does come back to me. It does come back. That's how this works. I get what I expect. I get what I think I'll see back. That's how this works. And so I can stop expecting the worst. I can stop expecting that I have no say, no control. I can start, like, really shaping this life. and really shaping myself. And suddenly, like, oh, I don't have to be so afraid anymore. I don't have to be cowering anymore. I can stand straight and I can just like move through life, because now I expect that like I have say, I have control, I am powerful, and I can be whatever I want, and I don't have to like live into these limitations anymore. I don't have to apologize for myself anymore. I don't have to make up for myself anymore. I am so whole, I am so complete, I am so capable, I am so strong, I am so powerful, I am so chosen and loved and adored and admired. And life is so good. I get to do whatever I want. I get to be whoever I want. I get to see whatever I want. Your awareness is all that is. Okay? You are all that is. You are just experiencing yourself. You are experiencing your I amness. Okay? Your consciousness. That's all there. That's it. That's it. That's it. You can't experience something you're not aware of. You can't be something you're not aware of. It's there. It's all you have. It's like the only tool you actually have in your toolkit, and it's the only one you need. It's the only one you need. And when it comes to like thinking that other people are going to like are risking your well-being, or like are going to sabotage your well-being, that like circumstances out there are going to sabotage like your well-being, your like centeredness, your feelings of like everything that you want to be, that you're like craving, like so hungry of being, and you think like, no, but that thing's in the way, that thing's in the way. You're going to see like, oh, I'm actually just like I'm not playing the game right. Like, I'm not taking the responsibility. I'm thinking that it gets me out of something by putting it on that person, by putting it on that circumstance, by putting it on that thing or that job or that career. I'm really believing that like, oh, I don't have to do it. Like, I don't have to make myself happy. I don't have to make myself well. Oh, it's so much easier to just like let the world tell me what to be. It's so much, just like tell me what to do. Just do it for me, okay? Just do it for me, and I'll go along. I'll play along. You think that's easier? I don't want to decide who I am. Just tell me who I am. I don't want to decide. That's awkward and like crunchy for me to decide like I'm an amazing person. How gross is that? Let someone else decide that. And if they think it's true, then like I guess it's like it's not cool if I think that first. Ugh, let everyone else decide, and I'll just do that. You think that's easier? That's like, it's not easier. It's not easier. Then you're a slave. You're a slave to an echo, to something dead, to something that you created a long time ago. And I get that like there might be like, ooh, but I'm powerful? Excuse me? What if people get like upset about that? Or what if all these things yeah, you're creating that too. You think that it means something. You think that there's going to be a certain reaction. You're creating all of it. Again, just go back within. What do you want? What do you want? Like for myself, I can say this, like I've had this belief that like people don't want me powerful. Power's bad. Power's bad. We don't like that. Isn't power like, wait, power hungry people are like evil. We don't want that. We want to be like the nice girl who's ignored in school, and like until some boy comes up to her and says like, hey, you're actually pretty, and she goes, whoa, me? Oh, I guess I am. But she didn't say it. Like, don't worry, she's still humble. Like, she doesn't think that, but someone else did. Someone else noticed her, and then her whole life turned around because she was so good and pure and innocent, and someone else came along and changed everything. She was such a good person. She was such a good girl. If she had been out in front deciding like, you know what, I get to say how it goes, that's a different story. We don't know what to do with that. But how do you want it to go? Maybe people love that you're powerful. Maybe people love that you stand up for yourself. Maybe people are like, oh my God, finally, thank you. Thank you for being a freaking leader. Thank you for not cowering in a corner. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I don't have to either. Thank you for just like being there. Like you being so relaxed and so confident, like calms me down. Maybe people just want to be around you because you're in your freaking power, because you're free, because you're good at things. Maybe it's not this like, oh no, I'm gonna overshadow someone, or oh no, I'm gonna say I'm something and then I'm gonna embarrass myself and it's not gonna be true, and I'm gonna embarrass myself and I'll never live it down. I'll never ever 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 live it down. Maybe that's how you start. You have an idea and you put it out there. And if you falter, it's just because like your legs are still wonky with that idea and you keep going. You keep going. It's awkward before it's true. You keep going. No one's going to fault you for believing in yourself. Excuse me? If someone criticizes you for believing in yourself, for thinking you're good, for thinking you're capable, for thinking that you get to say how it goes, excuse me? Do you really care what that person thinks? Again, they're just a reflection of you. But really, that's what you want to choose. That person doesn't like it. That's what you want to choose. It's okay if you do. But you're choosing that. You're like, you know what? It's just much better when I am very, very, very depressed about who I am and who I'm not. It's just much better for everyone. Really. Okay. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. But is that actually the life you want to experience? Like you get one life. I mean, maybe. Or we're all going to live forever. But that's the life you want to experience. That's the day you want to live over and over and over. That's the day you want today. What do you want? I was really, really tempted to just name this video like, what do you want? And put Noah on the thumbnail. What do you want? Be bold. What do you want? What's like best case scenario? Why not? Start stretching it. Start stretching what you think is possible, what you think this day can be. Because actually, your like huge stretch is someone else's normal. Is someone else's normal. Where they would, like someone else, if they were just like blip, plopped into your life and they lived like the way, they would be like, what the hell is this? I think about this a lot. They would be like, what shenanigans is this person just putting up with because they think this is normal? What are you normalizing? What are you deciding like, well, this is the way life is? Excuse me? Why are you doing that? Why are you deciding that? No. Like, cool, we got to experience that. If we're still kind of like curious, what else is there? Today's the best day of your life. What do you want? How could it go? How could it go? And expect it and check yourself. Are you actually being the person who is living that day, who is living that life? And it comes from you. Okay? So don't mess with over here. You don't have to. You're friggin' powerful. It's coming from you. You check this inside. And you be that person. You be that awareness. In thoughts, in feelings. You have dominion over yourself. You do. I don't care what anyone else told you. You do. Might be a ship that you're not used to navigating because you thought you were just supposed to be on autopilot. But you actually, there's controls. Oh, hey, you can select your thoughts. You don't have to like live in it. You don't have to like react to every thought or every feeling, and you don't have to believe everything, and you don't have to agree with everyone. You have consciousness, you have awareness, and you get to select. Okay, so this is what I challenge all of you guys to do this week is like, be aware. Just get curious about the futures that you're living into. And it can be like long term, because there is some future that you're living into. Even if it's like super vague, then that's the future. You're like, the future I'm living into is like, I don't know what the future is. Or how do you think like your mornings go? How do you think like your commute goes? How do you think whatever it is? And what do you prefer? What do you want? Make it fun, make it sparkly, make it exciting. It's Christmas season, people. I really mean that though. It's Christmas. And I believe in miracles. Because, I learned this and it's like so good. Okay, you ready? Miracle is actually a perspective change. That's what it means. Miracle, like MIR, has to do with like image, like to see. So miracles are seeing things differently. That's all you need to do, is to experience things differently, is to vision things differently. It comes from you. It comes from you, okay? And Stella, I love you so much. I'm sending so much love to Rosa, okay? And how do you want this to go? And look, like, I believe in miracles. But you have to decide. It can also just be that this time is actually really healing and really beautiful for you. It can be whatever. It could be whatever you want. Hi. Hi, guys. Okay. You want her to be in peace, but you're heartbroken. Okay. You know, sometimes I like really want to go through the grieving process. Like, I don't know, I want that. Because I want it to mean something. That's very real. Like, I won't know that it means something unless it really affects me. But then what do you want on the other side of it too? You know? On the other side of that. Like with my uncle, I didn't feel that way. It was one of those things where like I cried when I first heard it. And then it was like, you know what, I don't know what to do with this. I actually don't know where to put this, and I think I'm just gonna be okay with that. Of like, he was here and now he's not, at least in a form I recognize. And I'm just gonna be okay with that. Because that's just as honest an experience of it as anything. So whatever you want this to be about. It's really delicate, so I hope that this is coming across for you okay. Amazing. Hi, Cardos. You kind of missed it. Yeah, I go live like every Saturday, and I talk about self-growth and development and living the life of your dreams. Hi, Justin. Thanks for being here. I said that so like nonchalant, like for being here. Justin! Thank you for being here. Your birthday's coming up next Saturday. Yay! Sorry, that was weird. The 14th of December. I think I just discovered some YouTube settings that I can do. But I'm talking, I can't do it. My birthday, my internet birthday, I get 2 birthdays a year. I wasn't gonna do anything. But today I'm going to a birthday party, and I don't know. I think as I adopt everything I'm talking about more and more, by the way, I just want to say this, people, like, I physically feel myself uncurling. Like, oh my gosh, I was so like scared, just scared all the time. Scared all the time in ways I didn't even know about. And it actually feels so good to just like be upright and to be like, I can do this. And I don't know why I didn't see that as an option. Like, I don't know why no one ever told me that. People were so busy making sure that I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? That no one was like, hey, you'd be a lot better if you like stood up for yourself. You wouldn't have these problems at all. You know that, right? So I can be like, are you okay? Or you can just be the powerful being that you are. Scared of what? Like, scared of everything. Scared, oh, I'm gonna open my mouth and someone's gonna take it wrong. Or like, oh, I'm gonna go outside and something bad's gonna happen. Or, oh, this isn't gonna work out for me. Or, oh, like, I have this opportunity and I wanna put myself out for it, but you know, it's probably gonna go badly. And I somehow have to survive this situation. Like, it's gonna be really difficult and really tricky and really hard. And I just have to accept that because I am who I am and it is how it is. And I'm just gonna have to like get through it somehow. And I think that's actually how most people are living, which is horrifying because there's another option. It's like life is not something that passively happens to you. Why would it be that? It's not some like amusement park ride that we just get strapped into and have. Excuse me? That's pretty lame. I don't want to experience. No, I don't want to experience that. And I also want to say, like, I do think there's something about that people will be upset. That other people will be upset when you start like standing up straight. That's the best way. It's just like standing up. Like, just like being as big as you actually are. That people will be like, excuse me? You think it's gonna go that way. That's why you've been cowering. But actually, the cowering and the trying to get by and the trying to survive and the trying to protect yourself is what has caused those circumstances that you need to protect yourself from. So often I'm talking about like, oh, you're like, how do I want it to go? Like, people are most of the time, how do I get through this? Like, they're just aware of the bad, scary things that they want to protect themselves from. And they're like, cool, how do I avoid all the big, scary traps out there in the world? That's what their life is about. And whenever you are acting a certain way that is coming from a place of surviving or protecting or avoiding or escaping, you are living into a future that you don't actually prefer. You just haven't thought about it. You're just reacting. Stop reacting. You are out in front of it. You are deciding. Like, you have it inverted. And I know sometimes it can be so knee-jerk and you're like, yeah, but this person. No, you. Take accountability. Who are you being? What are you expecting that person to be like? What are you expecting that person to make you feel? How are you protecting yourself against an undesirable circumstance? If you're protecting yourself, you're living into it. So if you take the armor off and you're like, I have nothing to be afraid of. Guess what? You're right. You have nothing to be afraid of. Okay. I'm going to go. I hope the chat didn't die on me. Someone was putting a timeout. Someone was putting a timeout. I'm just going to trust that my moderator has been like stellar this whole talk because I haven't really been paying attention. Okay. But I really want you guys to have the best day of your life today and tomorrow and every day, and to recognize how freaking powerful you are, because you are all that is, and that you get to decide, and it can go the way you want it to go. Okay? I am Noah. You are Allie. This is the Notebook. Don't worry, no one's dying at the end because we're all living forever. Okay? But what do you want? What do you want? God damn it, what do you want? What do you want? Start asking yourself that. What am I living into, and what would I like to be living into? And how to and choose to be that person right now. Okay. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you next week.